All right. Yes, sir. We are live. We are live. And actually, we're on time. We're honoring Craven. We're on time today. How's everybody doing out there this morning in YouTube land? We've got Stacking with Craven with us. He will be
Hello,
here. I
good to
think,
be here.
think he said he'll be here for about an hour, which is great. We got Little John out there. Um, of course, let me switch the view here. We've got Vegas Stacker on the bottom. We got Blue Collar Stacker, me, up on the top left. So
Morning.
how's everybody's Saturday starting out?
Oh shit. I'll be right back, guys. Come on, bud. Come on.
Oh,
Hey, come
gotta
on.
attend to the dog.
Hey.
Sounds like the dog was puking.
Oh
Come
dear,
on.
hope the
Get,
dog's
get,
okay.
get, 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 get,
Well,
get. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
There goes the
oh,
rug.
that's that's unfortunate timing. Like I say, I hope the dog's okay. My dog Hovis seems to be behaving right now, but if he starts barking, you'll be the first to know. It's quite loud. But as for my Saturday, it's going pretty well. I've actually been working today. I've been doing some overtime up until now, but really glad to be here. And as I mentioned, thank you for having me back on. It's always a pleasure talking with the American brothers from across the pond.
Heck yeah, yeah. No, we love it, man. We love bringing you guys in. It works out perfect timing wise too. For your Saturday afternoon, our Saturday morning works out really well.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really good time. I'm really into my football, or as you would probably call soccer. So on the Saturday, 3 o'clock is actually an ideal time in between that as well. There are some games on, but yeah, I can. I look forward to the next hour having a good old chinwag, which I've noticed you've started saying that phrase, and I love that.
Yeah, that's Vegas is really into that. It is pretty cool though. I've heard that on movies and TV shows before. It's not something that we use obviously in America, but it is cool. I like the little things like that. Those little things we can share across the pond, if you will.
Yeah, and just a quick one. I think you picked up on this before we went live, mate. I think 365 deserves a medal because he is here first and foremost, which is great to see. He's always supporting. But he beat BBA to the first comment. That deserves
Yeah,
a medal. You know, it's a rare sighting if you beat BBA to first comment. It really is.
no doubt. I mean, BBA. Whenever I post, BBA is usually one of the first.
Oh yeah, always, always. People's champion. He is everywhere. I'm convinced he's got a time machine. Honestly.
Right? Oh man. He let's see. Let me call out the chat. Vegas usually does this, but I'll do it. I'm not usually that great at doing this, but I will do it. We got Littlefoot this morning. We got BBA, of course. We've got Luke. Luke's in the house. Humble Stacker. Jesus just joined. Emerald Coast changed his name back. Sobriety and Silver. Uh, we've got let's see, Sandy Millington. Hey, Sandy, how are you? I said humble. Vegas Stacker is in the house, of course. He's taking care of the pup.
Made it.
Robert Wojciechowski, Death from Below. MNJ Gold and Silver Stacking UK. Thank you, by the way. 365 is in the house. Thank you for sharing. That is greatly appreciated. Chris in Virginia. Michael Anthony Lee. Of course, 365 was first.
Oh yeah,
So
he was
welcome,
there.
everybody. Welcome, welcome. So, what's everybody think of this $43 slash 32 pound silver? What's the thoughts on that?
I
I
thought it
think
was gonna take a little dip. It started headed back towards 40 the other day, and then yesterday it just went nuts all of a sudden, all over again. I don't know. I think 40 is the new floor for U.S. prices, and that's probably relevant to 30 in the UK.
yeah, yeah.
It's
I think last time I checked, mate, I think we're at about £32 spot price for silver here in the UK, which equates to what, $43 over there for you guys now for silver. Is that right?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we're at 43, right on the money right now.
It's crazy. I thought it was going to mellow out because at its absolute lowest over the last couple of months, we were getting towards the low 20s here in the UK anyway, of like 22, 23 pounds spot price. So the fact that that's now, that's gone up over like 50% from that point, near enough, from that price within a few months. I don't know if it's going to continue going at this rate. We'll have to see whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. It depends on the person. But it's very interesting. I think it's got to mellow out at some point. But yeah, I don't think we're going to see it go down to £22 anytime soon. So well done to people that got, stuck some serious weight during that period.
Yeah, no, I think my personal opinion is that it's going to keep going up. I don't think there's anything to stop it. I think more and more people, it's going to start making the news. More and more people are going to hear about it, and they're going to pile in. You're going to get people coming out of different types of investments, and they're going to roll over into silver and gold. As far as I'm concerned, I think it's going to keep going up.
Yeah, I think like you said, when it hits that mainstream and people get the FOMO and start buying into it, it's gonna get even more crazy. And then
I
of
forget
course,
about this.
once it hits the 50 mark, it'll be all in the news more, and we'll see what happens when that happens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's something I was thinking about actually. We're in this tight knit community, so like we're subscribed to all the relevant channels. We see it every day on social media because that's what we're following. So we know about it. If you're in the likes of Stacker Social, which we are, it's always there. It's part of the conversation. We're aware of the trends. But in terms of the mainstream, the vast majority of people, they don't know what's happening with the precious metals market right now. So as soon as that does hit the mainstream and the news broadcasters start talking about this, could see an influx of people who have never thought about investing before. They might have some cash aside. They start putting that into it, and that in itself is going to make the prices go higher, I think.
yeah, I would agree with that. And aren't we lucky though at this point that premiums are so low? Because if premiums were anywhere in the normal range on silver, which could be anywhere from $3 to $6 or $7 on some of your a little bit higher premium pieces, we would be paying almost 50 right now.
Yeah, that's nuts. And like you said, we are fortunate right now that the premiums are down. I got an alert from I forgot what it was yesterday, but it was I think the 90% was 50. They were even doing 50 cents back of spot on 90%. One of the big guys was. So premiums are interesting now.
Yeah, for sure.
I
It's
can't
just
stop looking at that Lucky Sevens bar you've got in the middle of the screen there, Vegas. It keeps catching my eye.
it is a nice one. I guess I do need to do a video on it. It's another one of the few pieces that I will use a glove with. I'm not a big glove user, but with this piece and my my 1776 bar, they're about the only ones I'll use a glove with. But it's pretty cool. Then it's got the little serial number right down here, which is under 100, which is very cool.
Yeah, I'm guessing that was low mintage.
1776, I think, if I remember, or 2025, I can't remember.
Ah,
I can't remember. No,
fairly
Did,
low though, really.
did
yes,
that piece come wrapped in plastic, or is it? Did
no, it came raw like that. Came in this little silk bag, and that's about it.
Wow, I'm kind of surprised they didn't vacuum seal that.
That would have been better.
Yeah, I would think so, right?
Yeah,
But
because mm, I mean, it would fit in a 10-ounce bar um capsule, of course. I'm not sure about a 5-ounce bar capsule.
mhm.
2025 mintage.
Nice.
Yeah,
That
I'm
is.
it would probably fit like you said in a 10-ounce, but I don't think it would fit in a 5-ounce. It'd be a little loose in a 10-ounce, but I guess that makes sense numerically.
Right. Yeah, I don't even know. It's close to the size of a 5-ounce. I don't think I have anything in a 5-ounce capsule though.
Might be too thick. Yeah, it's probably going to be too thick because those things are built like just for the perfect volume. There's a couple of different 5-ounce bars that don't cooperate with 5-ounce capsules, even though most of them do. And when I say most, I mean just the press bars, you know.
Because that's a 5-ounce bar there. There's a little bit of difference, you know.
Yeah.
I just want
Yeah,
to say
whenever
thank
you
you to, sorry guys, I just wanted
No,
to
go
say a
ahead.
quick thank you to Northeast, who just commented saying new subscriber. I believe he's from this stream. So thank you so much.
Oh,
Very nice.
nice. Yeah, Northeast. I comment on his videos quite often actually. I like his videos.
We need 2 more people. Well, we could always use more than 2 more people, but 2 more subscribers gets you past that 500 or gets you to the 500.
Morning, Dub.
Dub C, good to see you. It's a good little crowd in here. We got Dub C, Blistering, Luke, Littlefoot, always good to see you. Stu, Sobriety, Emerald Coast, nice, nice, shinies. I know you called them out once, but I'm gonna try and catch up here.
Yeah,
See,
definitely
my
catch
brother's
up.
in there. We got Emerald Coast, my Great Lakes Joe is in there. BBA, of course. Jesus says he was what did he say? He's just doing a bunch of overtime, he said.
Yeah, he said he was working, but he could listen in the beginning.
Humble Stacker's in there. Good to see everybody. Nice little crowd this morning. Yeah, my I had my safe open and my pup almost threw up in my safe.
Oh wow. Hopefully he didn't eat any silver.
No.
It's funny
No.
because I came home yesterday and on the floor I found a chewed up 2x2 cardboard flip.
Oh
So
no.
yeah, my dog chewed a flip, but I don't think there was a coin in it because I think it was one that I had pulled the coin out of because I wanted to check and see if it was silver.
You're hoping there wasn't a coin in it.
No, I know. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. I'm going with 99% on that one. But even though I'll probably still follow her around with a little baggie for a couple of days.
Yeah, you'll find it'll be a little shiny down there.
Yeah. I was
So,
thinking I'll just metal detect her poop, you know.
hey, there we go. We got 500 for you, Stacking. Mr.
Ah,
Thanks.
Craven, we got you to
Sweet.
the 500 mark.
thank you so much to the guys that subscribed. I believe I was 4 away before I come on this live. Thank you so much, and cheers for putting my
Yeah,
link in the chat, guys, as well.
Looks like Phoenix
looks like
was,
Dub C is your number 500, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like Phoenix was 499. Dub C was the number 500. Very nice. Thank you,
Sweet.
gentlemen.
Awesome.
And of course, BBA says, congratulations, Caravan.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah.
Andy, and thanks, BBA, of course, acknowledging me as Caravan now, my new name.
Yep.
Well,
Did it.
it's sort of better than your other one.
Thanks, Emerald.
We won't say that one. We're trying to let that one die down, right?
Sobriety and Silver says, stacking with Craven. What's the big hunk of metal? Is that brass?
Yes. So this right here is it's called the God of War piece. It is 5 kilos of brass, and it was poured by one of our very own pourers in the Stackers social community called GSH, and that stands for Gold Silver Hunter. And as you can see, this is stunning in my opinion. It's really heavy, as you could imagine. I picked this up a while ago. He did a live auction, and I just had to get this piece. You know, obviously, in terms of the size of it, it's really not that expensive because the metal is brass, so it doesn't hold any intrinsic value as such for the metal, but just purely from a design point of view, it's stunning. And I don't know if the camera does it full justice, but up close, it really is a nice piece. So yeah, it's brass. I absolutely love it, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's 5 kilos. So what is that in ounces? That's 160 ounces.
Is that what it
10
works out
pounds.
to?
Yeah, 160 Troy. You would probably measure that in your regular ounces, but that's heavy. Well, what is a kilo? Kilo is 2.2 pounds, so it's like 11 pounds, right?
No.
I can tell you
Yeah.
one thing, it's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 kilo. That's got to be 11 pounds. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's a big chunk. Big chunker.
Heck yeah.
Emerald Coast says, can we see the reverse?
Oh,
Well, yeah. To be honest with you, there's nothing on the back design-wise, but it looks like a big cookie. So let me just move Little John. I don't want him getting squashed. Let me move the stack of social
Get out
around.
the way, Little John.
Little John's gonna get crushed in the
Ugh.
mix.
It looks like a big cookie.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
look
is
at
that what a
that.
biscuit looks like in the UK?
Can you show us your hernia now?
Yeah,
The little bulge coming out of your belly button.
365
I might have
says he's
slipped a
driving,
disc
but
just
he's
moving
here.
that.
I heard you wince when you picked that up. You're like, oh,
Oh, my back. Ah. Yeah, it's a big one. There we go.
very cool.
So
Yeah,
I
I
missed.
really like it. Yeah.
I heard it a little bit when I was cleaning up dog spit. What did you say Vegas is into a little bit?
Oh, the chin wag thing.
Oh
We,
yeah.
yeah, you're into the English vernacular. Would you call it vernacular? I would.
Vernacular.
Yeah,
Vernacular.
I was always like, what the hell is chin wag? And then I'm like, oh, I get it now. I get it.
Mm.
I love the commitment, by the way. 365, who once again was first here. He beat BBA to the first spot. He's here. He's driving, but he's still listening. I respect the commitment.
I love it. I do that all the time. I always like I'll jump in streams and I'll say hello and I'm like, hey guys, I'm driving. I can't read and react to what you're saying, but know that I'm with you all, and I'm listening. Because I do drive a lot. That is my thing. That's
Yes.
actually how I make my side money to buy medals. I do private rides,
Nice. I respect the hustle.
Yeah, man. That's my side hustle. That's one of them anyway. And that's the most lucrative one that puts the most metal in the safe.
Yeah, well, that's what it's all about. I want to just say well done to Jesus, who actually won the first ever giveaway I did on my channel at the very start when I hit 100 subscribers. It was a Scottsdale Vortex bar, and Jesus won that. He's still got it. I'm subscribed to his channel. I saw a video he did recently. He's just hit his 10-ounce gold goal, and now he's back all in on silver. So I just want to say well done to you, mate. Great job. Keep it going.
Yeah, 10
Yeah, I
ounces.
saw his latest video where he was showing off his gold pickups, which is very well done.
Yeah, that's a huge commitment. And that 10 ounce, was that over the course of the year, I think is what he said. But that's a lot of gold in 1 year if that is the case.
He does
Yeah.
he works his ass off, that's for sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I got to do what he does. I got to find out.
We spoke about silver, guys, with the current bull run, but I mean, gold is doing its thing as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
How is the I didn't even look. What's the gold silver ratio going at these days? It's 85, I think now.
It's gone down. It's got closer.
85.65.
Yeah, that's great.
It got to like near enough 100 to 1, right, at one point.
It
It
was
was over 100, yeah.
yeah, it was almost 110, I think, for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the highest we saw was like 108-ish, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But
And I
that's
saw
pretty
there was somebody in Stacker Social that was wondering about swapping some gold for silver, which Blue Collar is famous for being one of the only people I think I know that actually did the gold to silver, which so many people are anxious and itching to do the silver to gold, but not I think it's hard to reach in your stack and do it the other way around. Because like Blue Collar says, you always get the gold fever.
Yeah, gold
Yeah.
fever is huge, yeah.
But I mean, if you did that when it was at 108 to 1, and now it's 85 to 1, and you got that silver when it was cheaper, you will have made a great decision.
Yeah, I didn't quite hit 108. If I would have waited one more day, I probably could have got 105. But I got it as soon as it went over 100, and the dealer agreed to a 100 to 1. So that was a good trade.
That's pretty good. Is there a gold to silver ratio where you think, right, okay, I'm going to switch this back to gold, the silver that you've traded?
Well, in my head, I'm thinking in the 60s, but
Do you
you
think it'll
know,
get that low?
well, I mean, look, it was 100 and say it was 104 on a close, right? So we're at 85, so that's almost 20. So we're halfway there.
True. And it's not taken that long either. We're talking what, 6 weeks, 2 months?
I think it might have been a little bit longer than that. It hit the high, looks like was sometime like late July, maybe
Yeah.
early August, perhaps. Yeah, so that's not that long ago. Yeah, you're right. That's about
It,
8 weeks.
it's
Yeah.
not long at all. Like I say, I go back to what I said before. I've only been stacking since April, but by God, have I seen a big fluctuation in the market since then, going down as low as £22 an ounce for the silver here in the UK, and now it's £10 more than that. It's 32 plus. I don't know the exact pounds and pennies today, but when I last checked, it was about £32, and as you said, $43 in the US. That's huge.
Yeah, massive. And by the way, I misread the chart. It was actually in April when it hit those highs.
Okay, yeah. But still, that sort of time frame is still very short to change so drastically.
It is, yeah. Yeah. So you're talking like maybe 5 months time. And if you look at it like, okay, change it back today, probably could get maybe, even if a worst case scenario, 86, 87. That's still 26, 28 ounces of silver for free, or
Yeah,
the equivalent amount of gold. And at $43, that's nothing to laugh at.
not at all.
Mm.
I was trying to find it. I think Littlefoot's he put the change in value for the year, and I can't
Yeah,
find
$12. I saw what he said.
$12. That's crazy.
Yeah, the year to date, I think is, let's see, hold on. I got my phone open here. Then we're going
Um,
silver.
Jesus says he had a couple of ounces and swapped a lot of his silver and bought his last 2 ounces. So technically, it's been about 8 years in the making. Nice.
That's
Oh,
still a
yeah,
fantastic achievement. 10 ounces of
Absolutely.
gold. It's incredible. I haven't got my first gold piece yet, but to see, people who have clearly 8 years in the making, like you say, 10 ounces of gold. Well done, mate. That is quite something.
yeah, and it's getting more valuable every day, right?
It's harder and harder every day.
Yeah, exactly.
I've
That's
seen
that's the thing. It's like, what are we going to do when it hits 5,000? It's going to be we're going to be buying gold backs, I guess.
And get more and more fractional every time.
Yeah.
Christian Virginia said his was 100 on the high side and 55 on the low side with the GSR.
Yeah. There's an
Wow.
interesting question in the comments from Emerald Coast.
Mm-hmm.
I
Let me
just
see if
saw
I
that.
can find you. Question. Got it. Let me post that up. Okay, it's up. Who wants to read it? Vegas, you read better than I do.
Yeah, make me wake up. Mexican coinage is a very hot market here in the U.S. What coins and or bullion have British collectors begun to seek out in recent years?
Great question. I, like I say, I can only speak from my short time in this space, which is from April this year. What I can say is it appears on the British side, you mentioned British collectors, that the interest in the pre-decimal British coinage has gone up a lot. For example, the crowns, the half crowns, the florins, the shillings, they're all really popular, really liquid, very, very popular. You mentioned Mexican there. There is a premium on the Mexican Libertads. They are stunning, and I think they will always be desirable just because of the design. I have a Mexican Libertad, only the one, but I absolutely love it. And yeah, probably a boring answer, but the capital gains tax bullion is very popular. Britannia's stuff from the Royal Mint, the gold sovereigns, really, really popular. I'm trying to think of anything that's a bit out there that's become popular. It's, in terms of the collectors, though, here in the UK, I can say that the pre-decimal British coinage, especially the crowns, in good condition, very, very popular.
Dub C says Barmaid's Grief. That's a good one. That's the Stat Collector. Stat Collector just did a video on that.
Yes, yes. They called it something else though. Barmaid's Ruin as well.
Barmaid's Ruin. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. But that was the one that was what was it, a 2, Florin? Was it a 2? And
yeah, I believe it was. I've seen as well something I didn't mention. Sandy's just put a comment saying that people like the what you call the rip and ships or the mystery packages. I know that like Call of Duty did like the zombie ones. I think they were called like the perks. It's kind of a bit of a gamble because some of them that you can get are really rare. I know Star Wars did like some boxes where you could get like some gold, you know, the different ones in there. Some of them are worth a lot more, so you can make a big profit. They're not for me, but I know that there is a lot of interest in them.
Those are a big thing on Whatnot, the little mystery package. There's one called the Vault, which they always put out different ones, and they're crazy expensive when you even buy them on through the like when they release them or whatever. And it's like a limited release, and yeah, it's an interesting idea. But people like it because they like the surprise and they like the gamble aspect of it, I guess.
yeah, the whole gambling thing, I don't like it. Yeah, you know, I try and stay away from those rip bags, you know.
Me too. And I should have said, and well done for mentioning it, Emerald. Of course, the Queen's Beast Completer. That was very, very popular. That is very popular. Yeah, I had to get a couple of those myself. Absolutely stunning.
And the Tudor's Beast is the new one, right? The newer one.
The Tudor's Beast. Yeah, that's a series from the Royal Mint. You've got Tudor's Beast. You've got Myths and Legend, which a certain Little John is part of, along with Robin Hood, Maid Marian, King Arthur, Merlin. There's loads. I love those. I am making my way slowly but surely through the Myths and Legends. There's a couple that are on the way to me. I absolutely love them. I think they're fantastic.
Sandy also says the Tiliwa is a pretty popular one too, and I've seen that on a couple of channels that. And that was like there was
Shipwreck Silver.
Yeah, there was a little bit about it in the US for a minute there, but I know in the UK it's become real popular, and they even did a Britannia with a little bit of the Tiliwa in it, correct?
Yeah, so it's all made from the Shipwreck Silver. So they've made a Britannia. There is also that they've made Krugerrands from it, obviously, you know, South African mint. Yeah, they're stunning. I've got a couple. They're not with me. They're actually boxed up with Cobra Stacker. He does his weekly auction, which is fantastic. So there will be some coming to me at some point. I've got one of each. I had to get those. They've got a unique Tilawa privy mark on them. And from what I can see, and Cy the Soundman, one of the founders of Stacker Social, he made a fantastic video covering the Tilawa stuff. And it was he was showing on there the silver actually appears to look slightly different. I can't put my finger on it, but it just does. The Shipwreck Silver appears different. I don't know why. There's just something about it.
I wonder if it's the purity, like in other words, the ancient. How old is the wreck?
Oh, that would be one for the comments. I don't want to guess the wrong date.
Yeah, maybe it has something to do with the purity. Like they didn't get it past, say, 95% or something. Maybe that's why it looks a little different. Possibly.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they're still selling these as they're $9.99. The Britannias, at least. So yeah.
Now, do
from
they
1942?
42. So that's not that long ago. Is it a they don't make the coin exclusively from that silver. They mix like, like an ounce in with 1,000 probably. Mix it up and say it has the Tiliwa silver in it. I'm pretty sure that's how they do it to stretch it out.
I couldn't say for sure, because who knows what's gone into that really, but they've definitely used the shipwreck silver to make them. I don't know if they've added a little bit extra to bulk it out a bit. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I have to do a little research on that, but I know that's what they usually do when it comes to that type of thing. They'll take like 500 ounces of just 4.9 silver. In the case of the Royal Mint, they do 4.9s, right? Royal Mint.
I believe so. Yeah, a lot
And
of
then
their
they'll throw in a little COB, like a cutoff bar or something like that, in with it, and say, "Oh, it has it contains silver from the shipwreck."
I just seen Space Miner's comment. That's really interesting. He says if it's purely recovered silver and no doping, it could have a slightly different crystal formation than new silver. That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they do mix it, it'd be interesting to see
What the ratio is?
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing stopping them doing that, right? There's no legality issue with that.
No, I wouldn't think so. I mean, I've seen that with several other type things like that, like Prospector Gold and Gems. They make an Atosha wreck piece, and it's just a small fraction of silver from the Atosha mixed in with just the regular silver.
Yeah.
And, they can legally claim that it contains silver from the wreck at that point.
Well, this is the thing. It's recovered silver, and it's from the Talawa shipwreck. We realized that was 1942 or 43. I think someone said. So it's a good 80 plus years that it was since that happened. But as long they're claiming it's from the shipwreck, so I suppose they're covered as long as it contains some silver in there. So I'd love to know exactly how much. So just say per Britannia, what percentage of that is pure recovered silver, and then what percentage is kind of mixed, shall we say, topped up?
Well, I'm sure they give that fact somewhere. I'm surprised Vegas isn't on that right now, splitting the screen.
I'm trying to find
I knew
how
you were
much.
trying. I knew you went quiet. I knew you were looking.
Well, I'm half asleep too. I'm trying to find how much was recovered to begin with.
I would
Do you want
think
me
it
to
would
answer
be
this
way too
question?
valuable to just make bullion coins out of.
It says that it was like it says how many bars, I think.
Mm,
Let's see.
somebody has to know.
The Bombay Mint sold 2,900. In 1942, the Bombay Mint sold 2,391 silver bars to the Union of South Africa for the purpose of coinage. According to some websites, you can secure.
Whilst you're looking for that, do you want me to answer Emerald's question? I can
Could you
read it if you
please?
want.
Yeah.
So Emerald Coast Stacker says, "What is Britain's opinion on graded coins? Way too many common coins are getting graded, in my opinion." I actually had a graded coin recently. It was a 1923. Is it PCGS? I've never dealt with the graded coins, but it was graded at 64. It was a peace dollar from 1923. It was lovely, and it was slabbed, and I did sell that. I think I would agree that there's a lot of common coins now being graded. I don't personally see the appeal with it. I think it makes more sense if I've just seen the next question. I think it makes more sense if it's like a pre-decimal or a vintage coin. But honestly, Emerald, I think it's a lot more popular in the US. I see a lot more graded coinage from the US content creators than what I do here in the UK. Maybe that's just the trend. I don't know. But for me personally, I'm not. It doesn't really interest me the whole graded side of things.
Mm. Yeah, well, the one thing about graded coins right now is I feel like it's a cheap way to buy silver because the graded coins basically have remained flat in price while silver has skyrocketed. So silver is almost double, but the same price that I paid for, I got an 81S in 64 at the Vegas coin show November of last year. And it's pretty much in the sheet. It's the same exact price as it was when I got it. So that has not appreciated, where silver has almost doubled in that time period.
That's interesting. You're
Yeah.
still
So
paying a large premium though to get the graded coin.
well, yes, yeah, but
And
as long as
does
there's a
it hold
market
that
for
premium?
it, as long as there's a market for it, and you don't overpay for it, I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it didn't take too long. Just to give you an idea from the UK, it didn't take me too long to sell the peace dollar that was graded because I don't collect them. So yeah, that didn't take too long at all. So there definitely is a market for them over here. My observation of it is that it's more popular, probably more liquid as well, especially with something like a peace dollar over in the US with you guys.
Yeah, I would say so. You're probably right because we have way more options for selling as far as coin shops go. We have coin shows everywhere, every weekend. So there's a lot
Stop,
more opportunity to sell it
stop
Well,
and
rubbing it
also to
in.
buy it.
We're all jealous over here in the UK.
Sorry.
like Robot Toaster said, it doesn't help. There's no popular UK grading companies. They have to be shipped to the US and back to be graded.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a pain. Yeah, yeah. But
Um,
in a sense, though, I mean, I think anybody would recommend just buy something that's already graded, and you're gonna save a ton of money.
Well, especially right now, like with the way we were talking about premiums and everything, it was a couple of weeks ago that Silver State told me about one of the coin shops here that was having some slab pieces that were like um, some slabbed eagles that were less than $10 over spot, which is rare for slabbed pieces.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the slab piece, right? If you're talking about eagles, I have definite opinions on this, and I don't want to ruffle anybody's feathers, but my opinion is a 69, you should be paying raw price for that. A 70, you can pay premium on that, but that's just my
yeah.
opinion. Take it for what it's worth.
Yeah, there's so many grades.
Yeah, I think when it comes to eagles and modern coins, if it's not a 70, leave it there.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah. Um, Dub C, who said, "Did we talk about Craven's Mancunian accent?"
Yeah.
Do I have a Mancunian accent? I don't think so.
wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Dub C
Um,
would know though. I don't know. Dub C is a man of the world.
a
Yeah.
man of the world. Yeah, no, I've no one's ever said I have a Mancunian accent before, Dub C, but I am a supporter of the biggest club in Manchester, the Red Side, Manchester United, who are not doing so well at the moment, so we won't talk about that. But yeah, interesting.
They were actually on. I believe that's the team that was playing when I was dropping my car off for service this week, last week,
Oh, really?
whatever week that was.
Wait,
And they were on the
is
team.
that a football team? I don't think it is it?
Yeah,
Man U, wasn't it Man U?
Manchester United. Yeah, depends what day it was. If it was our last game, we really don't have to talk about it.
Oh,
Oh, it
okay.
must not have
I
been
didn't
that one then.
realize
They were up 2-0, the one that I saw. So it could have been a rerun.
Oh yeah, no, that definitely wasn't us.
Yeah, Emerald Coast says Mancurian 100%. Am I pronouncing that right? Mancurian?
Mancunian. I thought he said Mancunian.
Yeah, I thought he did as well.
Definitely did.
Yeah.
I don't actually know what a Mancunian is for an accent, so you'll have to let me know. Hello to my better half, Miss Stacking with Craven, who's just said hello in the comments. Good to see you in it.
Hello,
Welcome
Miss
in,
Craven.
Miss Stacking with Craven. She was by the way, she was hilarious in the roast.
Oh my God, yes.
The roast
She was like
itself,
right there, right at Nemo's level.
yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
Yeah.
no knock on anybody else either, but the two of them mashed the ball out of the park.
yeah, I got destroyed. I got absolutely torched.
You
Yeah.
you did very well with that though. That was a very good stream. That was very well done. You handled it well. It went well, I thought. And it seems like you guys had a lot of fun with it, which is good.
I always do. Thank you so much. But you know, it's I have a bit of a trick up my sleeve with it, and I've got to give credit to the guy because I have a producer, and you will have heard of him. You I think you spoke, yeah, you spoke to him when you came on my show, and that would be Diaxis, who does an
Absolutely.
outstanding job helping me out. Sometimes in the background, sometimes he comes and talks as a guest. A really good friend of mine, and he's so supportive. And big shout out to him as well. He makes great content as well. And he really helps me with what I'm doing. So yeah, shout out to Diaxis.
Excellent. And you know what? I'm going to ask you the question that everybody always asks us. Were you guys friends before YouTube, or did you meet through YouTube?
I met Diaxis through Stackers Social.
Of course. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And then obviously, you know, when you're in there, if you're a content creator, the founders or the moderators will put a different tag on how your name appears. So it'll be blue rather than say white, just so people know that you're a content creator, and that helps you grow as well. So yeah, you can see who's a content creator in there.
Oh, awesome.
Never
I
noticed.
didn't realize that.
I didn't either. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Space Miner says, you guys getting ready for the platinum wave yet? That's funny because Blue Collar and I were just talking about that either early this morning on text or last night, whatever. It all blends together. Um, but I was looking at the premiums, and the premiums on platinum has seemed to go down. I know it was for an ounce of platinum, it was around the $100 mark, and I just looked at it yesterday, and it was I forgot what it was actually. It
Yeah, I
was
think
like
it's
50
gotten
or
down to
60.
about 60 or 80 now, right?
Yeah, it was like 50 or 60, I want to say.
Yeah.
It was reasonable. Let's see. It is for Platinum Eagle wholesale is 50 bucks over,
That's not bad.
which it
Do you,
was 100 over. So then, you're looking at a coin shop, you're looking at way over that.
Yeah.
do you guys stack platinum?
I don't. Personally, I don't. Vegas has some
I
platinum, I think.
I have some platinum, but I picked it up more for the purpose of flipping on Whatnot, but
Okay,
it's
yeah.
not something that I stack. And I only picked it up to flip on Whatnot because it's not really a popular item on Whatnot. So I figured maybe that it would be a good draw.
Yeah,
Which
Yeah.
fair
is
enough.
which is funny because I see the whole thing on Stacker Social right now is people are disliking the games on Whatnot, and they're talking about how they might get rid of them.
I think that's very fair. I think, you know, for maybe, well, I say new stackers who don't quite understand, it could be very easy to get sort of sucked into the excitement factor of seeing a big shiny gold coin or something that a new seller's put up there, and you know, you spin a wheel or something like that, and you pay your £10 ticket. You could win something worth a couple £100, but the reality is you've probably got a 1 in 150 or 1 in every 200 chance of winning, and you might have 6 or 7 tickets and not get anything. You could easily go and buy a couple of ounces of silver for that. You know, I don't agree with it myself. I would like to see them remove that. I think a lot of sellers are benefiting from it, but I don't think it's healthy at all.
There is a gambling aspect to it, 100% for sure.
Just like imagine this, right? You pay something silly like, I don't know, $20 for a ticket on that, and you win a 1 gram silver Valcambi. I mean, come on, it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely is. It's definitely all about the gamble. It's all about the chase of that maybe 1 ounce gold that you can win for that same $20, or you know, or even a 1/4 ounce or a 1/10 ounce.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I've
the odds are terribly astronomical, but people will bet on anything. And that's what it is. It's just straight up gambling. No two ways about it.
That's
listen.
it.
I live in a city where you can go to the gas station and play a slot machine. You can go to the grocery store and play a slot machine. You can go to the airport and play a slot machine. So to me, it's just part of life.
Right. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I think I hit a slot machine in CVS over by you, the
Yeah, see?
drugstore.
Yeah.
I think.
Um,
Yeah, I was just going to say, Space Miner's recent comment, I think, is probably a fair way to summarize what we just spoke about. He says we shouldn't remove anything, but we should definitely increase awareness and education. And I think that's exactly right. Because, as I say, I think maybe newer stackers who don't quite understand the prices and what things are worth, they just see a big shiny gold coin or whatever it may be, and they go for it. I'd like to see the awareness be spread, around.
Yeah.
100%. And that's a lot of the problem is these these people that are putting on the auctions and the games. Um, there needs to be some type, like I agree with you. There needs to be some type of awareness, some type of control, some type of regulating these people. Um, even if it's like if the odds have to be posted somewhere, you know what I mean? If you can if Whatnot could have like a running odds to win whatever this or that, that would probably maybe open people's eyes. But
It would definitely slow it down some because nobody's going to be doing that math. They'll be like, "Oh God, I got to do what I got to do." You'd have to fill out a form, right? So you'd have to list every single prize, what its value is, and then how
yeah,
much value there is in each spin. So you'd have to say there's $9 in value in each spin, and then good luck selling them for 14 or 15, which is what you'd need to do to make money.
right.
Exactly.
And that's one thing they tell you that you're not allowed to say the value of some prizes, and there's a lot of restrictions and whatnot, and they don't follow it a lot of the time, and there's no repercussion when you don't follow it. With gambling in Las Vegas, there is a big campaign, I guess you could say, for lack of words or whatever, but where we have to be quote unquote trained in how to spot problem gambling, and there's pamphlets at the cashier, right on the cat, right, they have to be by the cashier for problem gambling with a number and all the stuff to go with it. And it's just
Yeah.
like just like um just like Alcoholics Anonymous, there's Gambling Anonymous, because a lot of people go overboard. And I
Yeah.
think part of the problem with Whatnot is you can link your credit card to it.
Yeah.
It's not where you have to have a debit card or a bank transfer. It's where you can link a credit card to it. And these people are probably going crazy deep in debt, chasing that 1 ounce gold coin that, like you said, they have a 1 in 400 shot of hitting, and they're getting pennies or dimes instead, or
Yeah,
grams for
yeah.
that matter.
Right. Yeah, but is it the rest of society's job to be that guy's daddy? You know what I mean? Or is that person an adult, makes their own decisions, and if they make a bad decision, it's on them.
No, you're 100% right, but people don't have the willpower, the the strength to realize that, and then the first person that they blame is Whatnot or the
Well,
casino or whoever's
yeah,
putting on the gambling. So
but if they
it's
use that logic, then we should close all the bars down. You know what I mean? It's like, "Oh, I'm an alcoholic, so nobody else can drink." You know what I mean?
yeah,
Uh,
but that's the way it is. It's not my fault. It's the casino's fault. It's not my fault. It's Whatnot's fault.
Yeah.
did you see
Well,
Robot's comment? He says they claim that it isn't gambling because you always win something. And this
And
is
that
the
is
problem.
true.
You know,
That
they
is
can
true.
buy a bar, 100 of the 1 gram silver bars, the Valcambis or whatever. I see them everywhere. But
Mm,
that's pennies. It's nothing if someone's paying, like you said, $15 a ticket to get that. It's ridiculous.
yeah.
That
But you
is
know, it's if like I've seen a lot of streams where you can get something big. You can get a gram. Well, I say big. It's a gram of gold, right? Worth probably now 120 melt. Or you're going to get a wheat penny or a state quarter or something else that's worth almost nothing. And people will, they'll spend $5 or $6 or $7 at a chance at that gram, even though the odds are 1 in 100.
Yeah.
You
Uh,
know, but
this
I've
could
also
never
seen.
happen. I don't know
it,
if they could introduce some sort of cap, for example, any seller that comes under that sort of section. Maybe they have a specific badge. I think someone put that in the comments before, so you know that that's what it entails. Maybe people could be limited to, say, 10 spins or something. I know it would never happen, but it's just an idea.
Mm.
it's no different. I'm not sure. Do you guys have the lottery over there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We have the
It,
Euro Millions is the main one.
it's no different than going to the gas station and getting a scratch off ticket or a lottery ticket. Actually, it's a little better because at least you get a gram of silver.
Right, you get a consolation prize. That's the way I look at it too. Like, believe me, I've done several $20 spins where I walked away with a gram of silver. Okay. But I've also done a $20 spin and hit a 5 ounce round. So, it's the chance you take. As long as if you're compulsive and you're a gambling addict, then you should definitely stay away from it.
Listen, I've
Yeah.
gone to the pub to pick up food after work and lost $100 in the machine just waiting for my food. So,
Yeah.
and I didn't get anything for that. I didn't even get a gram of silver. So,
Mm.
if you can get a gram of silver out of it, what the hell? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess the final thing I would say on this is, and everything's all valid points, it becomes a problem. I agree that people should make their own decisions, make their own mistakes, learn from them, but people start moaning afterwards. Oh, I wish this was, regulated, or I wish that this wasn't a thing after they've made the mistake. So maybe just back to what we spoke about at the start, some sort of awareness, or whoever said it, I thought it was a great idea, just about putting like a badge over those sellers, just so people know this is, you know what you're getting into. It's a kind of like a raffle type thing. Is a good way of putting it, like a lottery as such.
Yeah.
Like Space Miner says, do mystery ship and rip packages also count as gambling?
Oh, absolutely. I think.
They do, but I think it's not the same, because, say, like with that, you're guaranteed. You know what you're getting. You're guaranteed, say, your ounce of silver. The Call of Duty ones, the zombie ones, you're guaranteed a 1 ounce bar. But there's two ways to look at it. You'll always pay somewhere above what that ounce is going to be, but you have a small chance of getting the rare version. I think it's the ray gun or something. I don't have any, but I've seen them, and that's worth more. So it is a gamble in that sense, but at least you are getting your ounce of silver from it regardless. And you said this before. I think with that, it's the fun factor rather than maybe pure collectors or investors.
Yeah, I think what you just said though is just the same exact thing that Vegas said, only on a bigger scale, right? So yeah, you're getting an ounce, but what are you paying for that chance at that ounce? How much is that the bag cost?
Not sure, to be honest with you. I don't know.
Well,
Say like,
it has to be at least double what an ounce of silver would cost, maybe even more than that. If
yeah,
your
I definitely
if
think
your
it is.
floor is an ounce of silver, it has to be way more than what an ounce would cost.
Yeah, yeah. I think you'd probably see, say, for example, one of these, what I was talking, you might see that for, say, $85, something like that, when really the ounce of silver you're guaranteed is only worth half of that, maybe. But you could, say, a 1 in 50 chance, I don't know what the odds are, you could get a rare version that's worth 150,
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. It's the same thing as playing a whatnot game.
Yeah, it's just
Some of the
on a bigger scale. That's all. I mean, you
Yeah,
scale
some of
it
the
up.
whatnot spins you're spending $5, where if you go buy a gram of silver, it's $2.
Yeah.
So it's similar situation. It's just the way you look at it. And Space Miner has it all right there. He says buyer's remorse is real. And I mean that's what it is. Everybody has their own opinion, but in with whatnot, you have to it's all in the show notes and how people do it. You have to be transparent, and I think that's what whatnot has to do is hold these people accountable to make it transparent.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And because some of them, you look in the show notes, you don't know what you're getting if you don't hit the big prize. It's hard to tell like what you're gonna get. But if it's in the show notes and it's out there that you might be spending $20 and you might get a gram of silver that's worth $2, or you might get a piece of gold that's worth $200.
Right.
But it's whatnot doesn't really regulate it too much, and they don't hold people accountable like they should, I think.
Yeah, like I'll look at a show notes, right? If it's 100 spin, and I'll try and quickly just add up in my head the value of all the prizes, the total value, and divide it by 100. And
Yeah.
then accordingly, I would say, all right, I'm willing to pay 20% more than that or 25% more than that. But you'll see these guys running it up to 2 and 3 times that.
And that's the thing. You'll have say a gram of gold, and like you said, say the melt's 120, maybe the piece is worth 130 if it's with the premium or whatever, and people are bidding $150, and it's like, why are you trying to win something that's worth 120 and you're putting 150? It's just it's rough. And
Yeah,
I
I
just
mean, you could end up a winner. You're probably going to end up a loser. But listen, since the beginning of time, people have been gambling and betting on things and trying to game the system. Try and get something for nothing.
And I saw Nerd UK post this in Stacker Social. He says, I limit myself to 3 spins per game and won't bid over £7 a spin. Just turn just turn whatnot off when you've hit your limit. And he's
Yeah.
actually done pretty well from what he said on there. So that's it. I mean, it's all about control. And when you have people with their credit cards, they have no control.
Well, you know how like when you're in a game, you're into it and you're watching it, right? You're watching what's going on. And then you see the bids start to come down a little bit, but no real big prizes have hit. And you start thinking in your head, the odds are getting better. The odds are getting better. Let me jump in here.
It's
And
it's a it's a mind screw, that's for sure.
yeah, but a lot of times, like you do 2 or 3 spins and you're gonna end up with 2 or 3 clunkers, right? And then the 4th spin comes out and some other guy gets the gold or whatever. It's just it is, that's the way it always happens to me.
It is. It's part of the draw of it all.
Yeah.
Space Miner says he thought he was buying an American Silver Eagle and whatnot. Turned out he was buying a wheel spin. Won the bid, lost the wheel. He was pissed. Yeah, that's the problem too. It's not needs to be more transparent. And Silver Sleuth is correct too. He says I would be concerned about collusion on whatnot. That's very true as well.
Yeah, that is a thing. But most of the time the collusion, um, I would say the collusion is more of a factor in straight auctions where they have shill bidders that will just bid the prizes up. And a lot of people would say, well, why would they do that? Because they're gonna have to pay for that and the fees, right? But I think what they're doing is I think they're paying somebody or they have somebody in the background bidding it up to try and get somebody to come over the top. And if they lose, or if they win that auction by accident, they lose 7%. So it's not the end of the world. if
Yeah.
if you're bidding goldbacks, like one half goldbacks, I saw them bidding those up to $20 to $24. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, honestly, with that in mind, I don't know how the UK side of it is, but the bigger channels in the US, the auction ones are worse. They're worse for the stacking community and the whole precious metals community than the wheel games, in my
Yeah.
opinion. because they're going to sit here and they're going to tell you, just like Blue Collar said, they're going to hold this gold back, and this is worth $7 maybe, right? If you go through online and buy it, and they're
Yeah.
going to tell you that $7 isn't a good price. That this should be $20. Well, if you have somebody telling you this should be $20, you spend $20 on it. You need money. You take it to your coin shop, and they give you $6. Now what?
Right.
So
Well, yeah, but you know what? You know
the
how
auction ones are even worse, in my opinion.
they're reinforcing that by having people that they know bid that up to $20, and then everybody else that's in there is like, wow, I guess they really are worth 20. If I want one, I'm going to have to pay 21.
I
Yeah.
think it's really important that when people are putting their money, their hard-earned money, into these precious metals in whichever form they choose. You mentioned gold backs is a fractional form, bullion, whatever. I think just do your own research. Everyone, we love to talk about this. We're all in the same space. So it's always part of the conversation, and people will have their opinions. None of it is financial advice. And you know, I advise every single person who's going to spend money on precious metals, just do your own research, so you've got that reassurance of what you're buying, what it's worth, where you're buying it from, is it the best place to buy? You know, it's really important. And if you get into good habits early on, I know, Blue Collar, I know we described you as frugal last time, mate. If you can get into good habits and be disciplined, you'll be better off in the long term. So, you know, always do your own research, and definitely if there's larger channels with bigger influence telling you something, it's not always necessarily going to be the correct information, sadly.
Well, I mean, as buyers, we have to beware, right? So caveat emptor, buyer beware. You have to know what you're buying. Number one, you have to know your limit of what you want to pay for it. And if you're going to sit there and just get auction fever, that's not on the seller. That's on you.
Yeah.
Because
And
you
that's,
can
I totally
control it.
agree.
Nobody's forcing you to press that button.
This is what I mean. You know, you can either just believe what people say all the time and go for it, and then moan about it after because you maybe made the wrong decision as an investment, or you're annoyed you spent that money and got something worth nowhere near that amount. Or you can do your research, spend the time. It's so worth spending that, investing your time in knowing the value of things before you spend your money. So then when you do it, you're confident. You know, you know when there's a good deal, you know when maybe you don't want to buy, and that's when discipline comes into it.
Exactly. I would say rule number one, never trust the host. Never believe what the host is telling you. He's just trying to
Rigged.
separate you from your money.
Hashtag rigged.
Yeah, right.
that's like my dad. He was ready to buy silver from like on off a TV. And he's like, well, I was gonna buy it by the pound. And I'm like, Dad, don't buy shit off TV. I'm like, if you want anything to do with gold or silver, I'm like, let me know, and I'll take you to the coin shop, or I know, I'm like, remember that coin shop I went to? Go there, talk to them. You can trust them. I said, but stay off the TV. I'm like, they're ripping you off too when they're trying to sell you like Eagles at $100 when you can pick them up for, $40. Crazy.
Yeah. Space Miner says this is why a large part of the public thinks precious metals are a scam, right? But it cuts across everything. It could be real estate, it could be stocks and stocks basically. How many times have you heard, you see these recommendations for this penny stock, and then you know what I mean? It's worthless garbage. There's scammers in everything, everywhere, trying to separate you from your money, everywhere. That's why my brother never gets screwed, because he doesn't trust anybody. Now, I'm not suggesting that's a way to live, because I don't feel that. But my brother does not get screwed because he does not believe one word coming out of anybody's mouth.
That reminds me of this one gambling channel. I think his name's Mickey Mays.
Mickey Mays. Now, he's not trying to sell you anything, though.
Bullshit. Jesus says that's why I won't use Whatnot. I'll be buying left and right. I know what to stay away from. I lack discipline. That's it right there. Very
Hey,
true.
know your limitations. A
That's
man has to know, or a woman has to know their limitations. It's
A
that
lot of
simple, really.
whatnot is Zoomers cosplaying late night TV shopping hosts. Yeah.
Yeah, on Zeus's comment, I don't think he lacks discipline because he's got the discipline to know not to go on whatnot if he doesn't think it's a good idea. So he's doing pretty well.
Yeah. Well, I
Listen,
guess, it's
I
like
found
anything else. If you're trying not to drink, you don't want to hang out in bars,
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Nerd UK says I always think that with junk silver they always quote the spot price, but with junk it's the melt price. That's the bottom line. It has to be refined. Yeah, that does happen a lot with 90% silver in general, I think, right?
Right. Yeah, but again, it's like if you have a calculator, which we all have on our phone, right? You can put the spot price in and multiply it times the silver content and know immediately what melt price is. It's not hard to do that research.
A lot of people don't know how to do that, or they don't know
Well,
the what to multiply it by and everything.
but then you know
Um,
what? Those people shouldn't be buying precious metals or they shouldn't be buying junk silver. If you don't know how to figure that out, don't buy it.
yeah, I agree.
You know, I mean, it's easy to blame somebody else if you overpay for something. And believe me, I've overpaid. I got stuff in my little bag there. I paid 150 for a walking Liberty half dollar that's worth about $60 because I got caught up in the auction and he had a quarter with the same date and a half dollar with the same date. The quarter was worth 250. The half dollar was worth $50. And I bid on the wrong one. They
Uh,
don't
Yeah.
give you a fair amount of time to look it up. That's another tactic. They'll show
Yeah.
you 2 or 3 different things. They won't give you time to look it up, and then they'll run a 5-second auction. And you're like,
That's one of the best tricks in the book, though. Create the illusion
yeah,
of urgency. You don't have time
yeah,
to think. It's now or never, and people
right.
fall for that one. Just a quick one, guys. I've got about 10 minutes. So is there any burning questions in the next 10 minutes that I can answer for you from a British perspective?
I don't know if we asked it before, but where we might have, and I might have forgotten. If we did and I forgot, I apologize. Where did Stacking with Craven come from? The name.
Quite simple, really. That is a name of mine. I have a few names. And stacking with was just a simple starting point that I liked, so I just went with it. Yeah, there is no interesting story with it. It's stacking with me, basically, as Craven is one of my names. So yeah, that's how it started.
Got it. OC Stacker just jumped in. Hey, OC.
So when you guys
AOC.
eat fish and chips, do you guys use vinegar with your malt vinegar with your fish and chips?
So I mean, it depends on the person. I like to have salt and vinegar on mine. You've got to have fish chips, mushy peas, and I also enjoy tartar sauce and like chip shop curry sauce is also lovely as well.
Right. I have a question for you about the Berlin Coin Show. What do you know about the Berlin Coin Show? And when is it? And is it worth attending? I know you probably hear a lot about it because I'm not mistaken. That's the biggest show in Europe.
It's the biggest show. Yep. I have not ever been before, so I can't talk from experience. However, I am going for the very first time, and that is in January. All the big mints are going to be there. I believe it spans over 3 days, massive event, and I can't wait for it. But as for what it entails, I don't know because I've never been, but I look forward to going. I know that a lot of the guys from Stacker Social are going to be there, so I'll get to meet a lot of people for the very first time who I've met since I started, and yeah, I can't wait. But I've never been, so I can't tell you any more than that. I am sorry.
Yeah. No, I've heard it's like one of the biggest shows in the world actually, and all the big mints go there, which is great. That would be awesome to see.
Oh my god. Yeah, I've just seen Jesus who said, every time I hear caravan, I think of Brad Pitt, Pikey from the movie Snatch.
British question: car boot sales. Do you hit them? Are they fun and good?
You see, now I haven't for a long time. I used to love going to them. I do plan. I haven't mentioned this before, actually. I do plan on going to some in the future to make some content to basically see what there is to pick up, to check them out, and sort of see what's available. I haven't been for a long time. I certainly haven't been to any since I started with the precious metals. So yeah, do you guys like the car boots?
We have one by us. They call it a flea market by us.
Yeah.
Um,
So Space Mine has just put that. Is that the equivalent in American?
yeah, it definitely is. And there are 3 coin dealers at my local flea market that I know of. And, I like to go there and look, but, they're very proud of their stuff. Sometimes you can find a good deal here or there, but it's mostly pick through stuff, I think.
So
Yeah.
translation for those out there, when Blue Collar says they're proud of their stuff, he means their prices are high.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I don't know if that translates, but
I've learned that that's a blue collarism. If something's expensive, I always tell them, well, they're proud of that.
yeah.
I have not been to a flea market in I can't tell you how long. I think they do have them out here too. I just haven't been. And I
I
know
would
they
really
have.
want. I'd really want one of those Sigma machines. Because if you're just buying off some random person you don't know, they're not necessarily a trusted seller. It's just cash in hand, and they've got, say, bits of silver and stuff. I'd really want to check that it was real.
Yes, for sure. Crow Dragon Pirate says they don't have car boots, but we have more garage sales at people's house here. They are often very good. Bought 6 grams of 14 karat for 50 cents yesterday. Nice.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Very
That
nice.
that's better than nice. That's beautiful. What's that
Yeah.
from? That's from Goodfellas. Nice. It's beautiful.
I've seen Silver Serpents has got a new name suggestion for me. It seems to be a trend now of people suggesting what I should change my name to, and he says snacking with caravan. Yeah,
Snacking.
I've heard
I
that
was
one
leaving that
before,
one
actually.
alone. I just noticed that's pretty cool. StreamYard now puts a little question mark next to comments that have a question mark in them to like point it
Nice.
out. Very
Oh,
cool.
Really?
comment from my producer. Can I read this one?
Absolutely.
So, Diaxis, we have a little joke running. So, because he does a lot for me in the background, I say whether I let him out of the cupboard or not to actually focus on his own channel. So he's sort of out the cupboard today. I used to go to the car boots all the time to get retro games. Never seen much in the way of coins/metals, but depends on the area. You may get lucky, but nothing near me. I think it's always going to be down to luck when you go to a car boot, right? You never know what's going to be there. The whole point of going is let's see if we find something nice.
Yeah, and they also have them at I'm I'm sure you guys don't have them in the UK, but they have gun shows here as well, which a lot of the coin dealers will set up at gun shows, and they say those are a little high priced as well.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I've got a gun shop close to me that is basically like it's like massive gun shop, but it has one little counter of silver stuff, silver and gold. And I like to go in there and I like to go in there and search like Morgan dollars because a lot of times those guys don't really know what they have. And I like to try and look for like key dates or semi key dates in there that you
And
could pick up
those
on the cheap,
those would be the places you'd be able to snag a good deal like that, I'm sure.
Yeah. And also
Thanks, Jesus.
pawn shops. Pawn shops are great too.
I
Yes.
disagree with that.
With pawn
And I'll
shops?
explain why. Yeah, so not the car boots. I think they would be brilliant. I can't wait to explore that. The pawn shops. I mean, maybe it's just from my experience here, but last time I went to a pawnbroker shop was months ago near the start. I was dead curious. I wanted to go and see some different coins in person, and honestly, that the prices were ridiculous. At
Hmm.
a time where in the UK, silver spot price was about 24 pounds. In this specific one I went to, it may have just been, I went to the most expensive one locally. I don't know, but when they were £24, they were selling Britannias for 45.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, will you do 35? They were like, no, we'll do 42 lowest. I'm like, okay, yeah, see you later.
That, you know what? 99% of the time that is correct. But it's all about like right place, right time. You know, if you go in there and you know what you're looking for, a lot of times the pawn shops, they don't know what they have. I got one pawn shop that says he doesn't even look at the dates, mint marks, nothing. He puts the Morgan in a package and he puts it in the case, and that's it. He doesn't check anything.
Well, I mean, he could be losing out on some some money there if he doesn't understand the value of certain collector's pieces, for example.
It's not worth their time,
absolutely,
though.
but it's not worth his time. Yeah.
They don't look at it as worth their time. They'd have to pay somebody to go through them all and that has to know it, and they're just there to flip it.
Yeah.
And my brother, I think his pawn shop, he gets it for like $1 or $1.50 over spot at the coin shop he goes to for most generic stuff. So, and like he's found decent pieces in the generic bin that shouldn't be in there. It all depends on your area because there's other pawn shops where, like, so the same person owns the pawn shops in two different cities, and in one city you go in there and a Britannia is going to be $6 over spot, and in another city you go in there and a Britannia will be $1 over spot. So they know their area and they know their clientele and customers. So it just all depends on where you are in the U.S. As far as pawn shops.
As far as research goes, to find out which ones are going to give you probably the best price, is call them up and ask them how much they'll pay you for something that you want. Okay. And go to the one that's going to pay the least amount of money because you know they paid everybody the least amount of money. And then you go there and negotiate them down because you know what they paid for it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? This I got at a pawn shop. I don't know if you could see it good. It's a 99 Yellowstone. I bought it because it has a buffalo on it.
Nice.
But it was marked at 200. Okay. I looked it up on Gray Sheet. Gray Sheet wholesale was 180 on it. And I got it for 130. So that was a steal.
Wow.
Yeah. And I didn't offer her 130. I said, "Can you do any better?" And she says, "Let me look and see what I paid for it." And she came back at 130. Now she didn't look it up. And
she paid for it.
Right. I looked it up and she says, "Well, how does 130 sound?" I said, "It sounds like a very fair deal to me." So I took it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys mentioned the gun shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Diax has put a comment just then saying he's got a gun shop in his town in the UK as well. We do have guns here, but it's mostly for use at the range or on your land for vermin control instead of hunting and home defense like the US. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I've never been to a gun show, and it's interesting to know that at those they sell bullion and stuff. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
They do that in an aspect of like a prepper type situation, I think, is why the precious metals are at gun shows.
I understand. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a similar crowd. Yeah.
It sort of hits the prepper crowd, sort of hits like a little bit of the collectors crowd.
Yeah.
And then gun owners, some of them, have a little bit of nostalgia, so they'll look for the older, like Morgans and stuff, maybe. I think. I haven't really, when I've gone to gun shows, I never even really looked at the precious metals, but
yeah,
my thinking. At gun shows, you can get, oh man, it's crazy. You can get all sorts of stuff.
I learn something new every day off my friend Iaxis. I can't lie. He's a bit of a hoarder. He has some really interesting retro stuff. Obviously, he's a stacker. I'd actually really love to see you guys have him on as a guest. I think he would love to do that. I'd love to watch that. It'd be a really interesting chinwag.
No, we definitely have talked to him about it.
We have reached out to him.
I think it's just a matter of him having the opportunity to get on, more or less.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Just like Crow Dragon says, he says our gun shows have everything from beef jerky to jewelry to precious metals to sporting equipment, etc. Yep, that is a gun show
Ah,
in a nutshell.
I love beef jerky. It's quite expensive. It probably isn't over there. I'm not sure. I don't have it very often, but sometimes I just grab it. It's usually based near the till when you go to pay. It's lovely. There's so many different flavors. It's really tasty.
I remember growing up in Indiana in the Midwest. Every weekend was either a car show or a gun show that we would go to, and I remember like the gun shows you go to, they would have beef jerky, they would have elk jerky, turkey jerky, bison jerky, like every form of meat that's out there would be in a jerky form at the one gun show we'd go to. It was funny.
Yeah. You know where you can get some pretty good jerky. You know those big gas stations, Buc-ee's. Have you heard of them?
We
There's
don't
like,
have Buc-ee's.
oh my God, we got them over here. There's like 120 gas pumps. I mean, it's like a Walmart with gasoline. Only it's just all. I mean, the jerky counter is 100 feet long. There's like got to be 50 different types of jerky in there.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
It's amazing.
What's your
There's
favorite flavor? Is there like a most popular flavor?
I'm not a jerky guy myself.
I don't think there is. It's just whatever you're craving at that time. No pun intended.
Craving.
Depends what I want to shove in the bag and take back to the caravan.
I mean, I mean, if you want something spicy, they have spicy stuff. If you want something sweet, they have sweet stuff.
I love spicy stuff. I love chilies actually, and I think when it comes to the right time, when we do sort of like a charity event in the near future, I think whilst on a live, I'm gonna put myself through the pain and agony of having some like chilies and stuff, and hopefully people feel sorry for me, so they donate to whatever charity it may be, something like that. But yeah, I do like chilies, but obviously there's a line. There's some really hot ones out there that I'm not sure any human being can enjoy.
I saw that running through the Stacker Social feed a while back, where they were gonna have a chili eating
Yeah.
Oh,
event.
like a challenge?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, wow.
basically. And I was like, I'll do it, no problem. And I was like, which chili do you want me to have? And apparently there's a set one for me, and it looks like it's the most mouth burning, deadly chili in the entire world that people want me to have. So there we go.
Yeah, they were talking some hot ones, and I can't remember which ones offhand, but I know I wouldn't mess with them.
Yeah, there's a couple that are really brutal. Like, what was that one, the Reaper one?
Yeah, there's like what is it, Carolina Reaper, and then there's
Yeah.
Yeah, ghost
the
chili as well. I've heard of.
Ghost, yeah.
Ghost. Yeah.
I've just seen something. Maybe you guys can clarify. You've seen Diax's comment because you've highlighted it. Is turkey jerky a thing?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Turkey jerky is a thing.
Yeah.
Is it
for sure.
really?
It is, yeah.
Any
Is it
type of
nice?
meat, any type of meat, they will make jerky out of it.
Turkey jerky. That is catchy. Yeah,
Yeah, it's got a catchy name. Yep.
definitely.
Crow Dragon Pirate made a good point. He says gun shows are amazing for selling. Everyone walks in with cash in their pocket to buy a gun. Then the guns are well overpriced, so they want to spend money on something, so they go right to the precious metals. It's a good. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, I mean, if you're buying guns, I'm only guessing here that guns are not cheap. So people who are going there to buy a couple of bits probably have a bit of cash, so they can probably get away with charging a bit more premium on those bullion products.
Yes, absolutely. I gotta see. There's a gun show coming up too. I might have to go check it out.
Isn't
That would be really cool.
when is the
to make
SHOT
some
Show?
content out of?
SHOT Show I think is in January. I can't remember. SHOT Show is a completely different show though. SHOT Show is like for the industry. You have to be in the firearms industry to get a pass into the SHOT Show.
Oh, I see. Like, I know a lot of law enforcement that go there and things
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
B Taylor, what's up, brother? Good to see you.
Hey, BT.
Yeah, SHOT Show is like for like suppliers and stuff to show off their projects and products and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's more for industry minded people. But they always, man, they have a gun show every couple months out here. Probably every other month at one place or another.
So Crow Dragon says if you want a good deal on precious metals, your best bet is to bring a gun to trade for silver or gold. So I guess guns have a higher premium at a gun show, right? That makes sense.
And it does make sense.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. I have a couple laying around that I could get rid of. But then it's just like precious metals. If you just don't want to get rid of them, why get rid?
Yeah.
Well,
So we did get Craven to 500. Where are we at now, Craven? You're over a little over 5 now. Let's see.
I think
Five?
so. Yeah, I just wanted to post a message to say thank you to everyone. I'm very happy and very proud to have hit that milestone. I started in April, so yeah. And this is
Awesome,
only
man.
the beginning, but I really appreciate everyone that supports the cause, tunes in, comments. We have so much fun, you know, and it's fantastic. As I always say, it's a real pleasure to be, as I love the phrase, and you guys do too, having a good old chinwag with you guys from across the pond and talking about all the shiny stuff and so much more. Yeah, I'm really enjoying times, exciting times ahead as well.
Yes. So what do you have in store coming up for your channel? I know you have recently done a podcast with your face reveal. Are you
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
do?
We didn't talk about that. That's right.
We're getting to
um,
this towards the end now. You're trying to leave.
it's
Do you plan
okay.
on doing more podcast type things on your YouTube channel?
Yes, I am. Yeah. So I really enjoyed. Obviously, you know, I was the door was open for me by the founders, 365 in particular, to start a podcast within Stacker Social. I have my own room slash channel in there, and I do it on a Sunday. So it's called Sundays with Craven, which works really nicely because sort of the branding for that is SWC, which you know translates to Stacking with Craven, Sundays with Craven. It just works really well. And
Mhm.
yeah, in Stacker Social, I'd done 16 episodes straight, 4 months in a row without missing a single week. I've done my first one on my YouTube channel, once again, with a lot of help from Diaxis in the background. And I really enjoyed it. And, you know, it was always my plan to move it over to my YouTube channel eventually. So, yeah, it's going to be on there, you know, a lot going forward. But at the same time, you know, I absolutely love being a part of Stacker Social. So I still want to be very involved in lots of things on Stacker Social. And as for the channel itself, I mean, I've got some exciting videos coming up. I can't say too much. I've been planning some projects for a little while. But the next main thing to mention here is I'm going on holiday not next week, but I go on holiday next Saturday. I'm going to Benidorm, and the podcast that I'll do on the Sunday, because I'll still be doing a live podcast, even from Benidorm. My special guest, and you've actually highlighted that person's comment, will be Miss Stacking with Craven, who will make her first appearance on the podcast. So I think in the short term, that's very exciting. And she's put well done on 500 subs. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Vegas and I, we talk about your show a lot, actually, and we marvel at how organized you are, and it must drive you nuts to come on our show and how disorganized and unorganized we are.
Not at all. No, because it's I have a different layout. So my layout is quite heavily inspired by Stephen Bartlett, a dragon from Dragon's Den here in the UK on their version. And he does a podcast called The Diary of a CEO, which is where I got the idea from to, you know, take a question from the special guest and ask it to next week's guest and continue that. It connects them all together. It's interesting. And you know, it's more of a, I guess, interview style to get to know them personally and touch on the stacking stuff with you guys. It's like an open space. It's a very relaxed vibe. We don't know where the conversation's going to go. So I don't change a thing, guys. You
Mm.
can see every time you show up, there's people tuning in, they're enjoying it. I love what you guys do. It's so much fun to be a part of because it's just really relaxed. We can just have a conversation about whatever's going on. It's it's not about organization. You don't need to be organized for a conversation to be really really good, and it always is. So yeah, don't put yourself down like that. I absolutely love what you guys are doing.
Well, thank you for that. We really appreciate it. And coming from you, that means a lot because we really do respect what you do. We talk about it a lot, and you got to keep up the good work, man. You're doing great.
Thank you so much. On that note, guys, I'm going to say I'm going to head off this live just now. I have got a couple of things I need to do, but thank you so much for inviting me back on. And it goes without saying, I said it before, I really want you guys to come back on my end. It will probably be on YouTube next time.
All right. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely. And anybody that's not on Stacker Social, please get over there, get registered, and check out Sundays with Craven. Awesome
Yeah.
show.
Thank you so much. And just to mention, Discord, guys, it's free to join. There's no payment or anything. It's just an online Discord community for stackers, and Vegas and Blue Collar are both in there. It's a lot of fun, isn't it? There's loads going on.
Yeah, there's a lot to read. There's a place where you can share your videos, you can share your weekly pickups. There's a lot over there. A lot to take in.
Sorry, guys, I missed the last couple minutes. I wasn't ignoring you guys. My dog was spitting up again.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's been fun. Thank you, Craven, for coming on. You're always welcome on. You know that, and we will come on yours. Just let us know when, and we will be there.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much. I'll be in touch.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank
And
you to everyone.
while we still have you with us, and while we still have an audience from across the pond with us, next Saturday we're going to have a representative from the Goldback company, right? Directly from Goldback. So
Ooh.
last time we had the Alpine Gold rep, which he was great. But this gentleman is a direct representative of Goldback. So look forward to that 1 week from today.
Wait, when is that? Did you
It's,
not?
oh no, I'm sorry. It's 2 weeks. It's October 4th. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, October 4th. Next week is it's Coin
Next
Cutter,
week-
right?
Yes, next week is Coin Cutter.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Next
That'll
week will
be really
Coin
good. I can't wait to see the coin cutter come on. He's an absolute gentleman, extremely talented. I speak to him all the time. He's a legend, and well done as well on securing the Goldback representative. That's amazing, guys. I look forward to the future shows you've got planned. I really do.
Yep, that would be October 4th, and next week is Coin Cutter, and that's the 27th, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So the Sunday,
Next Saturday.
the next Sunday I do is the 28th. So your guys' Saturday will be the 27th. Yeah, that's it.
Correct.
You had me worried. I was like, hold on, did we double book?
No, that was me, man. I'm telling you, I'm tired. I get up at 4:00 in the morning. I'm sure you haven't even been to sleep yet.
I haven't been to sleep yet, so.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I've been up for a good 8 hours already, which is crazy.
Yeah, you guys need to sleep more. I've been working on that myself. But on that note, guys, thank you so much again. It's been a pleasure. And also, I do want to say as well, thank you to everyone that's subscribed to my channel for the first time from being here on this amazing podcast. So thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to come off the live now. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you
Craven.
so much.
Appreciate you,
Really
brother.
appreciate it. We'll be
Take
in
care.
touch.
Be in touch, definitely. Bye-bye.
Start popping up questions.
Wait, what did I just dropped you off the stage by accident. I'm sorry.
Kicking me off the stage. All I had to do, I had to take care of my dog for 2 seconds. I get kicked out of the show.
No, I was actually trying to remove Craven, and he removed himself, and it's the name shifted to yours, and it dropped it.
So Crow Dragon Pirate says, by the way, I'm going to try having Wednesday 8 p.m. Mountain live streams. I'm not sure how things will go, but if it takes off, I may be able to help direct some of my jewelry people to you guys.
Nice.
Very nice. Thank you. And we will check out yours for sure. 8 p.m. sort of hard for me to catch, but I will try to.
Yeah, 8 p.m. Mountain.
How am I not?
What is that for my time? That's 10 p.m. 10 p.m.
How am I
Eastern.
not subscribed to Crow Dragon? That's interesting.
Well, you know how I picked up Crow Dragon through Dub C's live streams. That's
Yes,
that's how
he's
I
always
picked up Crow
he's always
Dragon.
in Dub C, that's for sure.
Absolutely. You know,
Yeah,
I had to apologize to Dub C last night. I popped a comment up there because I couldn't be in his live stream. Not that he missed me, but you know what I mean. I always like to pop my head in at least, but I had stuff going on last night. I couldn't get in there.
yeah, I didn't make it in there either.
But
Um,
I'll watch the replay and definitely want to check out what he's got to say. He's a wealth of knowledge.
he is a wealth of knowledge. Ultra Fire, welcome in. Says capitalized on the recent pullback. I got an ounce of gold in the mail from JM Bullion. Great company, highly recommended. Very nice.
Yeah, I bought a decent amount of stuff from JM. You got to hit their sales. You know, you're not gonna buy everything from them, but they do run some pretty good sales. Good company.
They ship out of the Vegas area, I do believe. JM does.
They do. They do. I wonder if that's like where well, I guess they probably don't have retail.
No, most of the places like that don't.
No, no, most of the big guys don't. But you know, Bullion Exchanges does. Bullion Exchanges has a nice retail.
Do they?
Yeah, right
Is
in
that the one in New York?
yeah, it's in the jewelry district in New York.
That's right.
Yeah. So I
Uh,
mean, I'm sure the prices reflect that, but they're another one. You know, their service is really good, and they ship really fast, and um, I find like they ship FedEx to me, so it seems more reliable. I don't know if it is, but
I
they're good.
know I ordered from First Mint on Sunday. They shipped it out on Monday, and then since they're here local, I had it by Tuesday. That was freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's usually the way it is with bullion exchanges for me, and they're 1,200 miles away. You know, they send it out usually same day. If you order early enough, it goes out same day. And you know who else is really good like that is Golden State Mint. Golden State Mint. If I order on a Monday, I have it on Wednesday,
That's
the latest.
you can't go wrong with that.
Sometimes it's even next day. Like if I order really early on a Monday, I can get it Tuesday.
Well, like I've ordered from like JM and SD, and I always do the e-check or whatever, and it takes like freaking 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's
And-
weird with the e-checks. I think like I use e-checks with Kazoo Bullion if you don't check them out as well. But I use e-checks with Kazoo and I email them. I'll send them an e-check. I'll email them and say, "Hey, keep an eye out. I sent you the e-check." I get an email right back saying, "Yep, we received it. It'll be in shipping today." They ship it out same day.
That's that's impressive. I know
It is.
when I've done Elemental and um Monarch, there's a system that Elemental set me up with, and it's an e-check, and it's like instant.
Yeah.
So it's quicker. Elemental, like they make you use that so that they know they're getting paid right off the bat.
Right. And I think if I'm not mistaken, the e-check company kind of runs you to make sure you don't have like a trail of bounce checks, you know? And if
Yeah,
it
it's like an instantaneous type thing, and you have to quote unquote order checks from them.
yes.
So there is a fee. Like I think I can't even remember what I paid. It was a certain amount for a certain amount of e-checks.
Yeah. Yeah, I just ordered that. I stuck with the initial 5 freebies and
Mhm.
then I had to order more and I'm pretty sure it was 100 checks for 62 bucks, which is 62 cents a piece. That's not bad. I mean, it's obviously just you're not getting anything for that. It's just the ability to send an electronic payment,
Yeah,
which if you ask me, that's a bargain.
it's worth it. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I don't even know. I have that. I should have that written down somewhere so I know how to
Oh,
use
yeah, I'm pretty sure you use the same company, right? The
Deluxe.
Deluxe Check. Yeah, Deluxe E-Check, I think it's
I had
called.
to look it up to see if I
Yeah.
I need to write this stuff down in case I lose my phone.
Yeah, they had like an initial when you first sign up with them. The initial offer was 50 checks for 34, and I probably should have went with that one because when I went back in to buy checks, they didn't have a 50 option. It was 100 for $62. So yeah, they're a little cheaper,
I think
but
that's what I did was like the 50 for 34 or something.
right, which comes out to like 68 cents a piece. You're not, it's nickels and dimes, obviously. But speaking of nickels and dimes, I'll be going to the coin shop in a little bit, probably about another 15 minutes if we get out of here by 12.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Well, I got something in mind. I'm gonna bring my scale and my camera and see if I can't get
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We
a little
talked about that.
research. I want to do a little research for a video.
We spoke about that.
We did. We did
Let's see.
speak
What do I
about
have?
that.
Now I'm checking my thing. What do I have? Yeah, I did the 50 check thing, and I don't remember. Actually, I could tell you what I paid for it somewhere.
Yeah, I would highly recommend them as a company though, because apparently they're well respected with the vendors. Because once you send an e-check from Deluxe, they ship right away. I mean,
Yeah, I got.
maybe not every company, but I think maybe so far anyway, Kazoo has been great. I'm trying to think. Oh, Goldback. When I bought my first, and this was my first order from Goldback, I sent a deluxe e-check, literally shipped out that day, I'm sorry, the next day because I ordered it late. But
Yeah,
they respect that check.
I think the bigger companies, um, I think that is a name with the bigger companies, and they recognize it, like you say, because it's like validated, I guess you could say,
Right, right.
in a way, somehow, whatever.
Well, I'm sure, to a point, maybe the vendor pays a small fee to get a guarantee on that check, if you know what I'm saying. Like I know back in the old days, they used to run your check through what the hell was the name of that service? Telecheck.
Yeah.
Okay. Used to run it through Telecheck. Telecheck would charge like 1% or whatever, but they would guarantee the check. So if the check went bad, as a vendor, you're not sucking wind. Telecheck is, you know. So maybe it's something to do with that. Maybe they pay like a membership to be with Deluxe. I don't know how it works on the vendor side, but I can tell you
Yeah.
from the customer side of things, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I've used them twice, once with Elemental and once with Monarch, and like everything was shipped out the next day. It wasn't the big long delay like SD or JM or
Yeah.
Monument Metals or any of those other ones. Like
Yeah.
Ultra Fire says the difference in price between credit debit versus wire e-check is substantial. It can add up. There is a big enough difference there where it can be um a difference on your spreadsheet if you keep track of it that way.
Yeah. I mean, if it used to be if you wanted to get things really quick, you had to either wire or you had to do it with a credit card. And then you're paying 4% on a credit card. I don't know what a wire depends on your bank. My bank is I think it's 13 for a wire,
Yeah, I looked at a
which is
wire
cheap.
for mine. It was stupid.
Yeah. Well,
Same as
if I do it out of my business account, it's 13 because I guess volume of business. But if I do it out of my personal account, it's a $30 charge.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking it was like 30 when I was looking at it. And
Right.
that's when I'm like, I'll look at this e-check company, and I did it with them instead.
Right.
Way cheaper.
So
And
if you take $30 though and you divide it by 0.04, right? For the 4%, anything above a certain number, like probably $800 is going to be worth putting it on the credit card, I guess, or worth rather doing the wire. Anything below, you would want to use a credit card. Like for a $200 sale, it's going to cost you $8 on the credit card.
Yeah.
So, anything going on in the chat here? Let's see. Done with work. Chris from Virginia is done with work for the day. Space Miner is out. Thank you, Space Miner, for coming in. Appreciate you as always. Silver Spurs. Let's see. Very good information. We try. What else we got? Ultra Fire. Crow Dragon. You're so much better at this, dude. I'm terrible reading off the chat.
I got distracted. Sorry.
How's the pup?
He's all right. He threw up twice already this morning, and then the last two were just little spit ups, but I got a little stomach flu or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah,
Not like him.
usually my cats throw up. My dog doesn't throw up, but occasionally she will. Like she's old, So if me and the wife have to leave and we got to leave the dog in the house, every once in a while she will pee on the floor. But she does it like right by the back door. Like she knows you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's tough. We've been through
Yeah.
that.
And she
It
does
happens.
does it in a spot where it's easy to clean up. So I'm not gonna, I can't get mad at her. She's 14.
Yeah, that is what it is with that one. Yeah, I feel bad because I was trying to take a nap and he came up to next to the bed, so I let him out and he wasn't out long, and then he comes back in and then he's like staring at me again, and I'm like, "What do you want?" And then he ended up throwing up, and I'm like, "Oh, that's what you wanted, son of a bitch."
Maybe he ate some grass or something while he was outside.
We don't have grass.
Oh yeah, that's right. That doesn't grow. I forgot about that. Maybe he ate a cactus. He ate a cactus or something.
It was raining the past couple of days, and when it rains, he likes to go out and run around in the rain.
Rain?
Yeah, it does. It's the second time for the year, probably.
Yeah. So I told you I booked my hotel, right? And I said I got everything comped.
Yeah.
I was wrong on that. She did have to pay $4 for one of the days.
Oh, shit.
So we're down $4 on the hotel room.
You're good.
Yeah. And then we booked she found good flights for the way home. So she booked us a one-way for the way home. And then she's just, my wife is like, she's a grinder, dude. She gets on something and she'll just like grind it. And then she'll find like flights for the way out now. I don't have any flights booked for the way out yet, but we'll get there.
Oh, yeah. We got you. You don't need to go anywhere. You're good. Just come here and you're good.
Yeah.
Shine Love, welcome in. Shiny. Thank you for being here. Got to put dinner on. That's crazy to think dinner on. It's 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Chris in Virginia says better than having your robot vacuum fire up after a doggy accident. Had that happen to me. Oof.
Oh, that's a mess.
Oof.
Yeah, probably spread it all over the house. Oof.
Yeah, that would be a rough one.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I remember when our oldest one was a pup and we were trying to potty train him. Oh, that was a nightmare. Oh, that was a rough one because we did the kennel.
Yeah.
We had him in the kennel. My wife and I worked the same shift, and we'd come home, and you open the door, and you can just smell the dog poop. And we look at each other like, "All right, which one do you want? You want to clean the dog, or you want to clean the kennel?" And we went through that for freaking ever, man. That was rough.
Yeah. And it's tough because you both work and you got to leave them alone for a good period of time. There's no two-way. There's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
Nerd UK says your mail call is on the way, blue collar.
Appreciate that, Nerd. Thank you. I highlighted that and I really do appreciate that. You will definitely get stuff coming back your way. I'm trying to figure out the postage and the best way. I'm going to try and do it in envelopes lined with priority mailers on the inside so that stuff doesn't rip through. And hopefully it will work. I'm going to try one. I might send yours out first because we can do international stamps for I think $1.79. But it might take 2 or 3 stamps, but it's still better than like $25.
Absolutely. Silver Spurs, thanks for being in. He says, busy nighttime of the year season has started. All right.
What season is that, Silver Spurs?
Oh, he's gotta go. You're always asking questions when people gotta leave.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to keep him in the chat. We need the extra 3 minutes of view hours.
Ultrafire, where do you guys think the price of gold and silver would go if there is the revaluation of our $37 trillion debt with 265 million ounces of gold and 22 million Bitcoin?
I don't think Bitcoin is going to factor in at all. That's just my opinion. But I think Bitcoin is a Ponzi too. So again, roast me if you will, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah,
I,
if you're gonna revalue the dollar, I couldn't see you revalue it on Bitcoin when there's nothing there to back it,
yeah.
right?
I mean, the idea would be to revalue gold so that the gold backs up the currency that we have out there right now,
Like
which
it once did.
I think the currency is 4 trillion right now in circulation. So they would have to revalue gold to have a 1-to-1 on that. It would be like 5-digit gold.
That would be nice.
Not
To
sure how
hold,
that would
maybe.
work. Some people claim it would cause massive inflation. Others claim it would actually stop inflation. So I guess we'd have to do it and find out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't see them. I don't know. I know, like, the money system generally doesn't last this long as the dollar has,
Right.
right? Usually doesn't it collapse way before now?
You mean like when it went totally fiat?
Well, like usually like the history of currency, doesn't it usually only last like a certain amount of time before it just like
Yeah, I would
dissipates
say
and disappears? Like,
yeah, I would say that's accurate, but in the United States we had the advantage of being the world's reserve currency. So
yeah,
oil had to be sold in dollars. All the commodities had to be sold in dollars. So we had that advantage. Now that's going away. Little by little that's going away. So eventually all those dollars we were able to export our inflation by sending all those dollars overseas for
so
product.
what happens when they get sent back to us?
Well, that's it. That's going to cause massive inflation in this country because we're going to have a whole bunch of dollars and very little product.
And
That's a theory.
that's when they would have to revalue it. I don't see. I don't know. I don't follow it. I never looked into it that much on that aspect, I guess.
Mhm.
But what's up, Silver State? Good to see you. Yeah,
There he is.
that would be a mess. And I know it's only a matter of time, right?
You
I
mean
mean,
before the dollar collapses?
yeah,
I mean, listen, I've said this before, the dollar is always going to be here, but like they're getting rid of the penny, eventually they'll get rid of the quarter, nickel, dime, half dollar, and your dollar will be your penny. It's just the scale is going to keep going up, you know?
it's all moving digital anyway. I mean, it already is pretty much digital.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
how many people besides yourself walk around with cash in their pocket?
if if we go to digital, right, and we go to say gold back currency, like a gold standard, if you will, does that mean that the government is going to want all the gold? You know, are they going to say, look, you got to bring your, like they did in 33, bring in all your gold. We'll give you currency to offset that. And I'm trying to think. There's a guy out there. His name is E.B. Tucker. I don't know if you've ever seen his videos or him being interviewed. The guy is like, looks like he's about 10 cups of coffee and 3 Red Bulls deep every time he's on the. Really, he's
That sounds
shot
good.
out of a cannon. But his contention is that they're going to come for the gold, and if you don't bring your gold in, you won't be able to sell it because everything's going to be digital, and there'll be a 90% excise tax on gold sales. So he's like, they don't have to come steal it from you. They're just going to take it in the form of tax.
I could see that.
Yeah. I mean, it's
But then
definitely
that's when the
possible.
black market would start with gold, right? If you want to hold and hoard gold, there'd be a black market for it.
Well, I mean, I guess you could always hoard it under the thought process that eventually it'll become legal again.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people did do that, but it took 40 years to become legal, 38 years.
Yeah. That is that. Yeah, you never know. Crow Dragon
But
says, I mean, gold backing up the currency won't work because someone stole all the gold in Fort Knox way back when. That could be a possibility. That's why they'll have to come for our gold out of our cold dead hands.
yeah,
Robot
yeah.
Toaster says they probably thought the Roman denarius would be around forever as they debased it. Yeah.
What did
Digital will be
Silver
the end of
State say?
liberty. I walk around with a fat ass wad of money, never know when I need to make it rain here in Vegas.
I'm telling you, man, we got to figure it out. We got to do a strip club video making it rain with goldbacks.
That's what he said. He said goldbacks, though, not dollars.
Oh, there you go. I didn't see that. That's probably a good idea. Maybe when I'm out there next month, we can
Christopher
figure that
just
out.
said Silver State. I don't carry a big wad, but the power has gone out here for more than just a few hours. CC down, cash is the only thing. Government just can tax it as many times as if it changes hands. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. You know, they got to figure out a way to make the country whole again. And I don't mean politically, I'm talking about like financially, because we're basically, as a country, we're in sad shape, man. We don't manufacture anything. So we can't, like, after World War II, we were in pretty high debt per capita. But we were able to grow and manufacture our way out of it because we actually had industrial capacity. We got nothing. We got no manufacturing anymore, or very
Yeah.
little anyway.
Well, nobody wants to work.
I know people say that, but you'd be surprised how many people want to work if they were starving.
They would. I,
If the
they just
government money, listen, if the welfare check stopped showing up and the government assistance stopped showing up, you would go shovel shit against the tide to feed your family because you have to.
these people be out on the street begging before they go back to work.
Yeah, but nobody on the street's going to have any money to give them.
That's true.
Listen, man, necessity is the mother of invention.
That is true.
It's like during the Depression, right? You had bankers that were basically, banks closed and went out of business. Then bankers, they had to go into something. Taxi driver, open up a fruit stand on the corner. You know, people will do what they have to do to make money.
Yeah, I get it. That's true. I don't know. People just don't want to do shit anymore. I heard they decoupled from gold to print dollars to finance Vietnam War. They hid the print. They had to print, I'm guessing. Yeah, they had to print.
Or maybe they hid the print or they had to print. Yeah, I guess it could
Yeah,
go
they had
either
to
way.
print. People were happy
Oh,
to work when an entry-level job could support a housewife and 3 kids. That's it too, you know. Yeah, it's a whole different world.
yeah. You know, people say, "Oh, if you get an education, you get a degree, you get this." That's not the answer. It really isn't. Not anymore. There's too many people with degrees. I mean, like somebody was saying years ago, they were saying, "Oh, college should be free. Everybody should be educated." So we'll have burger flippers with PhDs because somebody's got to flip the burger.
When I got when I got into the casino business, Ultra Fire says we are a debt-based society. We manufacture little to nothing. So yeah, that's the problem too. When I got into the casino business, I worked with people that were um they had degrees and they're in the same profession I was in, and they are still in the same profession I'm in, and they went to college. Some of them have moved up the ranks in the casino business, but I could have done that without a degree, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Well,
the trades are a better thing to get into than anything else if you're a young person, I believe.
it's definitely an option, for sure. But it is, like you said, it is hard to find people who are willing to work with their hands anymore. Everybody wants to, just work from home and sit on the computer all day and play video games and blah blah blah.
Yeah, it is. It is different.
Well, it's like this, right? You know the expression, hard times create strong men create good times create weak men create bad times, right? So it's like a cycle. We go through a generational cycle. And I use the word men generically for all you females
Yes.
out there. I don't want to get accused of being a sexist, but
I
it is an expression. It's and it's true if you think about it. But whenever I hear somebody complaining, usually it's somebody my age complaining about these kids today. Who the hell raised these kids? We did. You know what I mean? We raised them, so you're gonna what these. You know, I don't mean to insult boomers, but I got to be honest, man. Boomers were probably the laziest generation there ever was, but they're the richest mothers out there right now. Boomers got all the money, but yet they all wanted to just sit around smoking weed, free love, peace. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Maybe they got the right idea. They all became executives at BlackRock,
Yeah, you're right.
bankers and
Rob
lawyers.
Numismatic, what's up? Great to see you. He says I have my degree in archaeology and right now I work in water treatment because the money is better. Trades are always good. Yeah.
Yeah, trades are great, no doubt.
Ultra Fire says, speaking of war, every time a war breaks out, gold and silver go on a nice run. Yeah, we've been in wars forever, it seems like nowadays.
Yeah, we're in perpetual wars, right? It's like that's one of the things that Trump said he was going to do is get us out of all this crap. And meanwhile, we're on, knocking on the door in Israel. Like, when is that going to happen? Before you know it, troops are going to be on the ground over there if they're not
We're
already.
in our own, and then we're knocking on our door in our own country.
Yeah, that's a good point. Hey, did you
Uh,
see? Did you see? I should have said it while Craven was in here. That rally in London, the amount of people that showed up.
yeah,
What was the deal with that?
they're trying to get away from the government, I think too. If I
But
read it
wasn't that
right,
like was that like a Charlie Kirk thing or something? Or
it was I think it's like the UK's version of Charlie Kirk. Like they're socialist. Um, wait, not socialist. What
like conservative party?
conservative? They're a big conservative person over there. Um, like organized. I think organized that one that I sent you that picture of.
Yeah. Oh,
And
hold on. Krog Dragon put something up there.
the rally in London is about uncontrolled immigration.
Right, right. Okay, okay. And they say like 2 to 3 million people showed up. And the
Well,
street.
it's funny because like the one article, the one thing I sent you, it said like the news was saying like 100,000 people, and it just like keeps going for miles and miles. It looked like I'm like you can see it's more than 100,000 people.
Right.
You know, it's not like it's you can't hide it. You can see there's a million.
Well, but then in today's world, if you're the opposing side on that, you could just say, "Oh, that's AI." AI. That's not real. It didn't happen like that.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Yeah. I'm not big on the whole AI thing. I think it's going to be our downfall.
It already is.
I mean, listen, did nobody watch The Terminator? That movie's been out for 41 years. Why? Really? Come
Well,
on.
well, it's funny, like people talk about AI like it's a new thing. Well, what about hasn't Apple, the iPhone had Siri for how long? That's all Siri is AI, right? Same
Yeah,
shit.
to a degree. What?
Shine Love says I work 6 days a week. I usually work 2 to 3 jobs. Right now, I work around 58 hours every week. I have Thursdays off. Damn.
Yeah.
Sorry, Shine Love. That sounds rough.
No, I'm not. You know what? Don't be sorry. Shine Love's doing what Shine Love has to do.
She's been doing
And
it since she
thank
was
God you
15
have the
years old. Hey,
opportunity.
there you go.
It's
Yeah,
good
that's
that,
true.
it's good that you have the opportunity.
Yeah, but see, like Ultrafire says, that's not right, Shine. No one should have to work that hard just to exist.
Yeah, but everybody's circumstances are different. I get what you're saying, Ultrafine. And I certainly, I work a lot of hours, but not that many. I'm too freaking old to work that many hours.
I'm too lazy.
You
Crow Dragon says basically there are immigrants who have been doing very bad things and are on welfare, and people are getting very upset. So it's sort of like what's going on in this country is going on over there, and they're just finally getting fed up with it. There you go.
yeah. Now, Shine Love, you're a California girl, aren't you? Am I correct in that?
Ultrafire, in my opinion, we're the top of our economic cycle, debt bubble, wealth gap, followed by debt bust, economic downturn. It's all downhill from here, folks. Shiloh says I stay 27 years old year after year.
Oh,
She didn't
yeah.
say,
Well, see, you're better than me. On the inside, I'm only 17.
yeah, she's SoCal, but she lives in Washington now. There you go.
Oh, okay. So West Coast, though. Yeah. I knew you were West Coast. I thought you were living in California. That's a rough place to live, man. If you live in California, you got to work 80 hours a week to support a household.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think it's that easy in Vegas either. Not as bad as California, but um,
Now,
I don't know.
Shine, are you in the Seattle area by chance? You don't have to zero it down to the street level or anything, but I was just curious
Two
because
blocks.
2 blocks west of 3rd and north of 10th Street,
Hang a left.
white mailbox, blue shutters.
Gray sedan in the. She said she was born and raised in San Bernardino. Crow Dragon says YouTube question for you guys. How far ahead do you schedule your videos?
Oh, 20 minutes. I
Crow
don't, man.
Dragon, I don't do videos anymore. Well, I haven't done. I need to. I would there are theories on that.
Yeah,
I think didn't they say like a day or two to like
yeah,
help the algorithm or something? I don't think anybody knows.
yeah. But here's the thing about that. What I don't get about that. It says you should schedule your videos 24 to 48 hours out to help the algorithm find your video. Okay. The algorithm can find your video in less than a second. If you can search something on Google and Google can find 68 million results in less than a second, the algorithm should be able to do the same thing.
Yeah, the algorithm has your number. Don't worry.
Yeah, I think that's people just reading into things too deeply.
So when I used to do more content, I think I would usually do them like a day apart, like a day ahead. Sometimes I would do like somebody once suggested and do multiple videos one day and then just schedule them like every 2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know.
Now,
Whatever works for you.
Crow Dragon has videos scheduled out to mid-December, but I don't know what the subject matter is on those videos, but do they become stale at that point? Like, or are they totally evergreen? They must be completely evergreen because I mean, I could do that. I could go through my collection and film, but who the freak wants to see unboxing? Nobody cares about that. And that's all I
Your
got right now. That's all I got. I don't have
Crow
anything.
Dragon, Crow Dragon does jewelry and stuff, so that's
Okay.
probably easier to do in that time span.
Maybe, yeah.
In the Crow Dragon, in the precious metals, it can be a little tough because of price movement and everything. So, like, if you say you, I mean, almost everything in precious metals revolves around the price of precious metals. Even if you do an unboxing, you're talking about an unboxing and what you may have paid for it or the value of it or somehow some way it comes into play the price of it at the time, so it's a little different. I know there are channels. I know 4 Nines, he tries to do, he had like a month worth of stuff done at one point.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said, Crow Dragon, so a lot of your content is about what's going on today. A lot of with precious metals, it does involve what's going on in that time frame, I think.
Yeah, I find it hard to accumulate more than one video at a time,
I'm
you know?
lucky to get a live stream set up before like a half hour ahead of time.
Yeah, I can't, it's like I couldn't come up with enough ideas for videos to figure out. Like my idea of a good video is this Morgan right here. Look how freaking nice that Morgan is. I don't know if you can even see it, but that's a beaut. That's a beauty. Whatnot.
Yeah, with gold and silver though, like it's hard. And like I've seen channels do videos a long time in advance, and then when they're talking about it, it's like, wait, no, God, prices aren't that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well
Ultra,
that's the thing. And the price moves so fast right now anyway.
it's
That
ridiculous.
if you make it a week ahead of time, you're out of touch.
Yeah, very true. Ultra Fire, Vegas rent prices are out of touch with reality, but cost of gas, electricity, etc. are still affordable. Then you got the high murder rates, but I avoid being in stupid places at stupid times.
I don't know where you buy your gas in Vegas, but dude, that ain't no freaking reasonable price. Maybe
Yeah,
you're from California.
gas is not reasonably priced. Um,
No. Mm-mm.
for I think I just paid 4.30 a
Yeah.
gallon,
Yep.
and I guarantee it's $1 cheaper in the Midwest.
I could go fill up right now for 285.
Ooh.
285, 289 maybe. The highest.
So premium is 3.30-ish. So it's still, yeah, $1 cheaper.
Oh yeah. Yeah, premium might be a little bit more than that. Premium might be like 349,
Yeah, so it's like $1 cheaper.
but I
Um,
don't even look at premium.
yeah, well, I have to. Sorry.
No, yeah.
Fancy shit.
Lamborghinis take premium. What can I tell you?
Yeah, I can't help it. You gotta
You
put that
know?
race gas in the Lambo. Um, hey, Audi does make Lamborghini, so not far off, but um,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
they own Lamborghini now?
yeah, it's what is it? It's Audi, Volkswagen. Is it like, yeah, I think it's Audi, Volkswagen, Lamborghini, and something else. I forgot what else.
Now that's all under the Volkswagen umbrella, though, right? Volkswagen is the
Yes.
biggest car company in the world.
Yes.
Porsche is the other one.
Porsche, that was the other one. Yeah. Yeah, like I believe it's Lamborghini. I believe like parts on there even say like Volkswagen and Audi and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Volkswagen is the biggest car company in the world. I didn't know that. I would have thought it would have been like Toyota or even like Ford, you know?
I don't think the Vegas murder rate is that bad, is it?
I don't know. I've never been murdered there.
Las Vegas.
Now that I said that,
Yeah, don't come out here. Let's see. The murder rate in Las Vegas has seen a decline with the 2023 crime rate being 320, which is 1.3 times greater. I want some. I can't get the straight answer, man.
yeah.
The
So
murder rate in Las Vegas has shown a 30.6% decrease compared to the same period in 2024, with 45 homicides reported so far.
see, that doesn't sound like a lot to me for a city. 45. Back in the day, like in the 80s, in the 70s, let's just say, New York City used to have like 3,500 murders a year. And then during the Giuliani days, it went down to like 2 to 300. I don't know what it is now. It's probably back up over 1,000, I'm sure. But
Let's see. Um, but Chicago, between July 2024 and June 2025, there were 498 homicides.
and honestly, even that doesn't sound like a lot to me for a city the size of Chicago.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you're
That's a
talking
lot, dude.
10, 12 million people.
No, is Chicago that big? No way.
Well, I'm talking about the surround. Most
The
of the
surrounding
murders
area.
don't happen in downtown. They happen in the surrounding areas, you
It
know.
happened in the South Side.
Yeah, it's like a Chicago metropolitan area type deal. I mean, hell, that extends into Indiana. It really
Yeah,
does.
it does. Yeah, I know.
Illinois too, right? Well, Chicago is in Illinois, so I guess
Chicago
it
is
is.
in Illinois. Yeah, Illinois
Yeah.
too. You're right.
Hey, at least I didn't say Illinois.
Illinois.
If you really want
Silver
to
Sioux
piss
says,
somebody off from Illinois, say Illinois.
yeah. Ultra Fire says posting an unboxing video today. Very nice. I don't
Oh,
know.
sweet.
Am I subscribed? I'm a
I was
I'm a
just gonna look at
horrible.
that. I gotta look at Ultrafire, see if I'm subscribed.
I am not subscribed.
I'm gonna go there right now. And I am subscribed.
I am horrible at that. I do apologize. Silver Sioux says premium gas is appropriately titled premium. Yes, I know. I can't. I don't even think I need to either. My dream car is the Koenigsegg Agera R. I think I've heard of that one.
Yeah.
Pro Dragon, you Vegas folks, I would imagine you have antique malls out that way. Do you ever hit those up? There is an antique mall that I know of, and it's actually right by a coin shop, and I've never been in there. I would imagine they're picked through. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't imagine like that is a premium area for antiques. Like New England is like antique central.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I'm
New England, parts of Virginia, been settled since the 1600s.
Your area should be too with all them old folks that moved down there. But I guess they don't move their stuff down there. They sell it or get rid of it wherever they are.
No, you get that. A lot of people do. We have nice auction house right by me. Basically, it's estate sales. People die. The kids don't want any part of this shit, so they pack it all up and they sell it off at auctions.
Yeah.
They don't even pack it. They have somebody else pack it.
Chris in Virginia says, I used to do the antique shops, but the one that had any silver were a little too proud of their collections. I like that phrase. A little too proud.
A little too proud.
That's
See,
gonna
I'm
catch
starting a
on now.
revolution.
Oh, I gotta go. I'll be right back. Come on. 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 No. Yeah.
Did he get it on the carpet?
Yeah, I was trying to get him to the bathroom. I was trying to get him to the bathroom. He didn't make it.
Oh well. You probably needed new carpet anyway.
Oh yeah, I do. My wife wants new carpet, but I told her not until we don't have any dogs.
Yeah. I took the freaking carpet out of all the bedrooms and put like laminate floor in. It's easy to clean. If the cat throws up on it, it doesn't ruin it. You
That's what
could
I want to
spill
do
something.
eventually.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little hard, but you could put an area rug under the bed or whatever if you want. I like the laminate. It you know, it's serviceable.
Yeah,
And actually they look pretty good now too. There's some decent looking floors.
they have good. It's nice now. Um, I just don't want to do it until our oldest one had um 2 ACL surgeries, so he doesn't do good on tile or laminate stuff.
Mhm.
So we have been on for 2 hours, 20 minutes. I need to clean up some dog vomit, and get some sleep.
Hey, why
So,
don't you do that live? Clean up the vomit live. Might get
no.
no? Okay. All right, so who we gonna raid today?
I just looked. I saw if I wish I knew how to do the proper raid.
You can do that off StreamYard, can't you?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Gonna have to do a little Google search on that.
I would love let me see something. How
That would be pretty cool if we could raid somebody.
you raid a channel on YouTube?
Yeah,
Yes,
but
because let me see. Um, ensure you have more than 1,000 subscribers and no community guideline strikes. Add the channel you want to raid under live redirects in your YouTube studio settings.
yeah, the problem is though it's off StreamYard, so
Start a live stream and use the edit button to add a channel to redirect viewers into your stream.
oh wait a minute. Oh, it's on studio though.
There has to be an easier way than that.
Yeah, because I'm watching it on my iPad, and I don't think I could do it from here, but let me see. Where do you do it now? From YouTube Studio, though. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like the way people raid.
Do people actually do that? Is that a thing on YouTube?
It is a thing on YouTube.
Really?
We're gonna if you guys, I will drop a link in the chat.
Oh, to raid somebody's live stream? To go in there
SG,
and tell them that
SGT,
Saturday Morning Chill sent you.
yes, SGT is doing the live pours right now.
Oh, nice.
I just saw.
All right, yeah, let's go over there and raid him out. Who's up for that?
So SGT stacking is in the chat. Go check him out. He's doing some live pours right now. So you'll
All right.
actually get to see some live silver being poured.
So we'll say a quick goodbye and then we'll hit that link. I could do it right from my iPad, so I don't have
Thank
to.
you everybody for hanging out this early Saturday morning. Robot Toaster, Shine Love, Christian Virginia. Good to see you as always. Crow Dragon Pirate, Silver Sleuth, Ultra Fire, Crow Dragon, Christian Virginia, Silver Sleuth, Robot Toaster. I think that's been our main. If I didn't mention your name, Silver State. Always good to see you. Thank you guys for being here. Greatly appreciate it. Enjoy your weekend, and we will see you on Monday. And I don't think we have anybody set up yet.
No, no. Oh, wait, do we? Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah, Nash.
Oh yes, Nash from Pure Metals.
Yeah,
will
Nash
be
from
on
Pure
Monday night.
Metals. Nash from Pure Metals will be in on Monday.
Yes.
So
Capital
don't miss
vote for
that.
Pedro. Capital Currency, vote for Pedro. Lady Bluegrass. Oh, those. I'm reading the wrong chat. I'm reading the chat that
Yeah,
SGT.
you're reading their chat.
I was like, wait, where did all these people come from? 3D Woodworks, good to see you. Go over to SGT, and tell them we sent you.
All right. Awesome. Take care,
Talk to you
guys.
guys on Monday.
Enjoy your weekend.
Later.
Peace out.